You know how YouTube be. Let's go make sure YouTube is actually connected. Not yet. You're going to have to give them a second. YouTube's kind of slow. But she'll get there if we give her enough time. Oh, no, it's using the wrong thumbnail. Doggone it. Oh, well. I can fix that afterwards. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. All right, let's go ahead and get started, folks. How you been? It's been a minute. Hi, my name's Aaron. How you doing? I run Subbrief and Sonar and Steel and Jive Turkey Live, and I'm a man of many things. I do lots of stuff. We're going to talk about. Let's go to here first. We are going to play a scenario in Sea Power today. It's what we do on Wednesdays. You know that. That's why you're here. But I just came out from my bunker to some bad news. I guess the expected delivery of the official formal handover of the new aircraft carrier John F. Kennedy from Newport News Shipbuilding to the U.S. Navy, in terms of the formal process, has been delayed 2 years. It was supposed to be done this month. I don't know why they waited till now to tell everybody, because clearly they knew this at least a week ago, at least a month ago. This should not have been a surprise. And if it was, that's really bad news. Let's assume that it's not that bad. But yeah, so I was just catching up on things right before the stream here, and credit to USNI News. Also, what's going on with shipping, had a tweet about it. He got my attention. Link in this news article by Mallory, who writes fantastic articles. I'm going to have to dive into this. I know some people that work there, so I can kind of get the scoop on what the hell's going on. I haven't had time to even read this article yet. Mallory probably knows the same people I know, so maybe she's already got it in the story here. I think I'm going to have to get back to doing naval news. I've been doing contract work a lot because shit's about to go down, like for real. And so they're hiring everybody they can with any sort of expertise in any field to get ready for what's about to happen, potentially. And so that's where I've been. But I think I need to get back on top of shipbuilding and these contracts like we'd done for months, for years, because this is really a surprise that they waited till this month, the month that it's going to be delivered, to tell the public. Clearly trying to hide it. And if they were trying to make the deadline and they just missed it, they could deliver it in, say, 3 to 6 months. But this is a 2-year delay. And the problem with that is we're going to go from 11 aircraft carriers down to 10, which means we're either going to reduce our deployment, number of people overseas, let's put it that way, or someone's going to have to stay longer. That's usually what ends up happening. Like, I can't tell you how many deployments I was on, just about every one that got extended by some amount of time. This is one of the reasons why. So this 2-year delay means that for at least a year, when we're down to 10 aircraft carriers, because we're going to decommission one between now and then, people are going to have to make up the difference. And that affects people's lives. Like, that's not good. So hopefully we get this figured out. I'll have to learn more about it. I just found out about this. Yeah, brand new. Sorry to start the stream off with some bad news, but this is really important. Like, we're supposed to be the best Navy in the world, and we can't build a freaking ship. I mean, and granted, they're complex. Like, there's a million caveats. We build the best ships in the world. We're breaking technology. One of the things that's new about this carrier is the radar system is different than Hull 1. Hull 1, the Gerald R. Ford that's, at sea and is operational, has a different 2-tier, if you will, 2 different radars that work together to do what it does. Very good. This is the new Spy 6 version that is also a variant of what's going on in the Constellation class, which is also delayed. So I just wonder, without knowing any facts, if it's radar related. I have to read the article. I don't know. But if it's a 2-year delay, it's more than one thing, for sure. Definitely more than one thing. Hell, the Navy will make an exception on delivery if it's only one thing. It's probably a laundry list of things that are wrong here. And then George Washington, one of our other carriers, just left Manila out there in the Philippine Sea, doing its thing. Also, the Chinese carrier, I think it's Shandong, is out. There she is. The Shandong is out doing air drills. We got a really good lecture on this on the Patreon. We did all the Chinese aircraft carriers, all 3 of them, broke them down to their rivets. I told you everything about all three of those carriers, what they can do, and more importantly, what they cannot do. Because there's a lot of misinformation out there, sponsored and pushed by the PLAN, the CCP, is out there trying to make these carriers seem more capable than they are. To be honest with you, the Type 3, their newest aircraft carrier, is not bad. It's pretty good. That's a real aircraft carrier. The first two here, in my opinion, still are not good. They're just training platforms. They're learning how to operate aircraft carriers. And I mean, sure, like if push comes to shove, they'll send these carriers into battle and we will sink them immediately. But the third one, the Type 3, has a lot of capability. We'll sink that one too, but it's going to have more airplanes in the air before we sink it compared to these right here. So anyway, I'll probably come back and start doing naval news again because it's been over 6 months since we did one of those, I think. And there's a lot going on that it's not my responsibility to cover, but it's things that I've covered historically in the past. And it's just not getting the coverage, at least in video format on YouTube, that it should get. USNI News does great work, but not many people know about this website. If you're in the loop, especially if you're in the Beltway, you definitely probably read this every morning. But people out in flyover country where I live, they don't know about this, and this is going to affect people's lives. That's kind of the problem. The delay is anyway. This one right here. Okay, so I'm still catching up on that stuff. So look forward to some naval news videos coming out in the future. But for right now, we're going to have some fun. Today's kind of my day off. It's a day off for me to just break out Sea Power, one of 2 games I play anymore. I was looking at my Steam library. Steam is a service where you download and purchase video games. I have over 2,800 games on that service, and it's not my only service. And out of all of them, I play one on Steam, and it's this one right here. It's Sea Power. It's the only game you need. I think we're good to start. Let's go ahead and unpause the game. So this is a fictional scenario in 1981. We're right off the coast of Iceland. The Ticonderoga-class cruiser is escorting the refurbished, brought back into service, New Jersey battleship for a port visit over to Iceland. So we're transiting over there when something terrible happens. Let's see what's going on. Let's go ahead and unpause it. Turn some volume for you here too. Thanks for joining me today. We have people on, I see YouTube's here now. Welcome, welcome. X is always got hundreds of people. You guys are probably just watching me on your phones at your desk working. I appreciate that. Who else do we have? We have Kick, we have Twitch, and we have Rumble. So we're up to 5 different websites now. All right, let's turn this map into something light that I can read. And
turn to course.
Whoops.
0, 6, 7. Hell my.
I didn't mean to do that, but just
turn to bandits.
All right. Hey, we're already kicking off. So what do we have? We have 2 P3 Charlies. These are the MPA, Maritime Patrol Aircraft. Oh, I didn't even show you guys the fun part. I want to get to the gameplay. I didn't want to talk about work. All right, so here we go. These guys are out here doing their thing. We go and turn the radars on. We got to pull into here and do our little port visit. This is a scenario that comes with the game. So if you buy the game, you get the scenario for free, or it's included with it. That's what I meant to say. Where's your sensors at? There they are. Boom.
Surface search on. Radar eye. Surface search on. Radar eye.
So he's flying over the island here. Let's take a look at our ships. So here's the New Jersey in all of her glory. She's got a fresh coat of paint. Gonna go do a goodwill visit in Iceland. Yeah. Who else we got? We got this Tyco. This is the Yorktown CG-48. She's providing escort services today. So let's go ahead and get aviation up in the air, some ASW up here. We can watch this happen. Really cool. Yeah, so been playing a lot of Sea Power. Been working a lot on things that are not YouTube things. That's how I've been spending my time. And I really look forward to Wednesdays now because I can come out for some sunshine or Whatever this is, artificial sunshine here in the lobby. Hey, Wacky, how's it going? Good morning, Harry. Tanya's here. Oh yeah, that's our Patreon link. If you guys want to join our Patreon, we got a $1 tier. Like, there's no excuse not to join the $1 tier, right? I don't think. And you get the Patreon videos a year early, about a year, 10 to 12 months early. Like, we've got a whole host of videos, probably 15 to 20, that YouTube hasn't even seen yet. Only YouTube members, they've seen it. If you're a member, you get it early too. And then Patreon people, they get it early. Like the new carrier, not the Gerald R. Ford that went to YouTube. The Chinese carrier lecture is on Patreon right now. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one. That was one that I wanted to do. That was a special request from me to our writer. Oh yeah, I should mention again, I know Typhon has a huge following in our community here, but big shout out to him and all the work he does. He does the groundwork. He goes out, he cracks the books, he does all the research on open sources so that we can talk about these complex ships in detail without crossing any lines. Like, I can't use my knowledge to talk about things. I have to defer that, outsource that to an open source professional like Typhon is. Typhon's a former Turkish naval officer. He writes for many different websites, but the big one is Naval News, navalnews.com. Yeah. And he's always going to these conferences. We have a photo blog of his photos from all his different industry conferences that he's always at, it seems. So if you want to see what it's like to live that life, where you're going from Paris to Dubai to Singapore to London to all these different, San Diego, to all these different shows, learning about military technology and weapons and what's new and lectures, he documents all that with photos, as he's also writing about it for Naval News website. And so I'm very fortunate to know him as a professionally and as a friend, and he shares those with us, and you can see those on Patreon. All right, let's go ahead and get our helicopter now that he's up in the air doing his helicopter business.
Roger, turn 053.
All right, it looks like our radar contact is way far away, much farther than I expected. So let's get some ranging tools out. Let's do 100 miles. Holy smokes. Okay. So that's 100 miles right there. Let's yeah, we'll do that. All right, now we're just pretty much waiting on everybody to get into their respective positions. So we want to drop sonar buoys here. We'll start putting the buoy field out. Who knew the Atlantic was huge? I know, Scent, right? How's it going, man? Good to see you guys here. Captain Recht is here. How are you, man? Jive keeping InfoSec long after retirement. Yeah. Well, I've been working lately on stuff that is not public. So, and that's one of the main reasons. I got to be very careful that I don't accidentally add something into one of those lectures that I'm not supposed to. And then that's why Tafon does the writing essentially. And then I do like some editing, some, pass over the lecture. I'm the one that makes the mistakes, basically. We made a big mistake in the freaking, oh my God, it's all my fault too. Well, which one was it? It was the Zumwalt lecture. The Zumwalt right now are down in Pascagoula, was that Alabama? It's down in the Gulf Coast anyway. And they're getting that upgrade. They're ripping the guns out and putting in the CPMs, which is the conventional prompt missile. Yeah, it's our new hypersonic weapon, essentially. And they're putting like 12 launchers in each one of those. That's going on down on the Gulf Coast. And I had that in my head whenever I was writing or editing the lecture, and I added that to, I said that they were built down there, which is not true at all. They were built at Bath Iron Works all the way up in Maine, the opposite side of the country. Everybody corrected me on that one, and I felt like I was so embarrassed. I was like, yeah, I let that was, and that's 100% my fault. That's not Tafon's fault. That was my fault. So, What can I say? I mess up too, you know. But that was kind of a big one. That's not a small mess up. You should know where the ships are built if you're going to do a lecture about a ship, you know. Yeah, once I saw I'd made that mistake, I was like, oh, Jesus, here it comes. Yeah. Let's get the next one out quick. Yeah. Let's try to diffuse and dilute the comments a little bit. Good times. The life of a YouTube person. Not that glamorous, yeah. NDAs forever. Yeah. I've signed so many NDAs. I'm surprised I'm allowed to have a webcam. Yeah, I can't say nothing. I don't mind. I chose this life, right? I'm here because of me. So, I don't mind. Hey, Rec, thanks for the super chat, I think that was. He says, careers may be temporary, but NDAs are forever. Yeah, exactly. They will come and they will yoink you back into Leavenworth if you don't play by the rules. So, you gotta play by the rules. Glad to see back. Yeah, Sonar and Steel. Yeah, Sonar and Steel's the Navy channel, the YouTube channel that's like...
New air contact detected.
Fictional stuff. You know, stuff that I enjoy. Like the Subbrief YouTube channel, that's the lectures, but as you guys come to expect. And Naval News, we're going to get back into doing that. And this channel here is more fictional. It's kind of me having fun, talking about how things used to be back when we could build ships. And we used to have a Navy, a big one. Now we have a mess, and I don't know how we're going to fix it. I know we have a lot of people working to try and fix it. Everyone understands the problem, which is a good step. At least the problem is acknowledged from top to bottom. You know, now we need to actually fix it. So let's see what happens.
7-0-0-2 is classified. Hostile helo.
All right, so we got some hostile helos up here. These guys have some cruel intentions. Look at them. These little double helical blades. That's why they don't have a stabilizer on the back, or not a stabilizer, the counter-rotating propeller that I'm sure has a better name than that, because these things rotate in different directions, so the helicopter doesn't spin out of control. It's pretty smart, but I'm sure it's loud as hell. I'm sure the pilots inside are like deaf. You can hear these things, by the way. Underwater. Yeah. Be like, there he goes. Yep. Uh-oh. Why you turning? What happened? What'd you see, buddy? What's his range? Oh, wow. Okay. All right, so we're waiting on everybody to get on station, so we're just going to compress some time here. This is apparently going to be a long scenario. But we're going to make it much shorter by compressing the time. What we really want to see is, I want to see what this Tu-95 is going to do, because this is probably...
Away! New surface contact detected.
All right, so he just turned on his radar.
7-0-0-3 is classified.
Who is
Hostile
this?
Warship.
Information. Here we go. All right, what kind of radar are we talking about? Top pair. It's a long-range air search and surface search radar. It's a pair. One's air, one's surface search. We call it top pair. It's made up of two things, two different radars. But the Soviet Navy put them together a lot. So it could be on the Slava, it could be on the Kirov. I hope it's not the Kirov. Oh my Lord. Yeah, we might be going. We probably are going against the Kirov. If I would expect that. Yeah. Might be both. That would suck. Yeah, might be both. All right, so that's a passive sonar buoy. I'm going to put an active one over here. The conditions do not appear to be good for acoustics. Look how rough the water is. It's like Sea State 3. But it's a choppy Sea State 3, maybe Sea State 4. So I'm assuming the acoustics are not great. Let's go ahead and get another helicopter up, because we're going to be... I'm sure we're outnumbered, for sure. We only have 2 ships. What kind of weapons do I have on my P3? What do we have? None. We have chaff. So these are totally... These are in ferry mode. They don't have any loadout. They're just... typically they'd be ferrying from like mainland United States to Europe, and they would just have nothing but gas on board, and then a bunch of luggage, because the air wing that deploys with them would have, you know, luggage and stuff on board. Or probably their own. Probably the air crew's luggage. Yep. There we go.
Air. Contact detected.
That's the same helicopter. He's just doing his thing over here. He's still way too far away. I mean, we could put some tomahawks on him, but, you know, I don't want to start World War III. It'd be fun, but yeah. Let's not do that. Look at all the flags they got. Look at him. He's showing off. That's a board quartermaster right there. That's how we used to text before we had cell phones. We put the flags up. Once we got Twitter and we got the 144 character limit, we were like, ooh, that's a lot of flags. That was much better than this system.
Buoy away!
All right, so we got our active sonar buoy out. These guys running around at 18 to 20 knots. These guys are not doing a sonar search at all. I could probably put out the towed array. That's probably a good idea. We should probably do that. Tow. What the hell? All right, this must be some kind of version that doesn't have a towed array. What the hell? What kind of sonar system you got? It's just 53 Alpha. Oh. This is the old one. Yeah. They do have the digital upgrade, but they're running the old system. Okay, okay. Why'd you stop? That was weird. All right, let's get this helicopter out.
Roger. Turn 017.
All right, so this guy's doing some searches. Let's move him over here.
Turn 083.
I'm actually... let's put him up in the air. This helicopter.
Surface search on.
Let's move him to like 6,000 feet.
Roger. Go to altitude 600.
I'm going to use him essentially as a radar picket. Now that I know our immediate vicinity doesn't have a submarine in it, most likely. This Tu-95, he's definitely going to see us. He probably already has us on his radar. His radar... Did I just move it? Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't move the screen on you. Right now, he's how far away? He's 250 miles away from us. I think he can definitely see us. Unit reference. It's Big Bulge. Yeah, Big Bulge radar is 259 nautical miles. So we're right at the edge of his detection range. I mean, the New Jersey's a big girl, so she's going to light up that radar. So we're definitely not stealthy at all. We're about 200 miles out right now. Initiate some MAD, right? Yeah. That's kind of the problem with this scenario and many scenarios. Whenever you're playing the Americans, we have all sorts of advantages, right? Technology, electronic warfare, we have those advantages. We don't have the numbers. Our missiles are much slower and for the most part shorter range than our Soviet counterparts. And we're always on the defensive. Like, we always get shot first because that's kind of how the Cold War, well, from our perspective, that's how we felt it was. We were like, we weren't going to start World War III. We were just ready to respond to it. So that's how we go into every one of these scenarios. This scenario, by the way, is called Volga Exercise. And I don't have any mods installed right now. Yeah, everything's uninstalled. This is the base game because they just came out with a big update. One of the big updates that they added was live telemetry of the event, of the whole scenario as it's happening on TACView. Now, TACView shows you the entire picture. It shows you every unit in the game, so we don't have it up right now. But I'm gonna figure out a way to incorporate that into these little Wednesday streams because I think that's a very good use of that technology. And it's also very realistic in how we see the picture in CIC. You know, we have the top-down maps like this, of course, but we also have like models that you can move around and communicate with other officers, other commands about what your intentions are and discuss, you know, tactics at a more tactical level versus the operational level. So I like how Sea Power is integrating more and more technology and other softwares into their software program, much like DCS does and Command Naval Operations, which is a fantastic game, very similar to this one. I should call them war games to differentiate a war game from a video game, because the word game is associated commonly with, you know, teenage boys and whatever, you know, kids. Wargaming is it's a business, and it's a very good training tool that militaries use. So while this certainly is not that, don't dismiss something because it's a game.
Multiple air contacts detected.
Oh, he's up in the clouds.
New air contact detected.
I was trying to figure out what all this gray was. It's a freaking cloud. It's so cloudy I can't even see him. All right. Let's do this. Here we go. Why are you maneuvering around so much? What's going on here? Hold position. This must be a new officer of the deck. He can't hold his position in the formation to save his life.
Multiple hostile air contacts detected.
All right. So they got multiple helicopters up now. It's not surprising. All right, we're going to compress a little bit of time again. They're basically trying to get radar contact on us as we are them.
New surface contact detected.
Hello. That was fast.
7008 is classified. Hostile warship. New air contact
It's either
detected.
the Slava or the Kirov. We're not sure which. What's his altitude? Let's get him up to 20,000 feet.
Roger, go to altitude.
I'm essentially using our P3s as AWACS.
000.
Trying to get their max detection range. I wonder what kind
New
of...
surface contact detected.
This is the older Ticonderoga. She's got the Rim 66, so that's like a 40 nautical mile range. So let's read up on the range of our best missile, our best surface-to-air missile. For this time, our range was 44 nautical miles. Yeah, we shoot like 3 times that now. Yeah, even farther for some other weapon systems, but that's what we're dealing with. We really got our hands tied behind our back. We do have some long-range anti-ship tomahawks I could employ, but I kind of want to keep in the spirit of the Cold War where we didn't start it.
New air contact
So those
detected.
two are pretty tight together. I'm thinking Kirov's... Oh, it's a Sovremny. Okay, so we have Sovremny and probably a Kirov or a Slava. Yep. Now, Now, Sovremny doesn't have top pair. They've got top steer. So the radar we had was this guy right here. Okay. Good stuff, good stuff. You guys want to see what the Sovremny looks like? Now that we have a classification on them, we can actually see the model. And this game has fantastic ship models.
701.
Well, I guess it's the Kirov.
Is classified. Hostile helo.
If we don't have a classification on a ship, we should not see the model. So did we classify it? We did not. All right, so that's on me. I got to go into the options and turn that off. We should not see what that ship is. It should be blank. But I want to show you this. This is the Sovremny, man. This is a badass ship. A lot of respect for the Sovremny. It has very fast anti-ship missiles right here. These are the SN-22 Sunburn 2.5 Mach sea skimming missiles. Pretty good. They have a decent single rail launcher for air defense. There's one in the aft end here as well. And then I want you to pay attention to this. This twin-barreled turret, there's one forward and one aft. So it can put a lot of rounds on target if you let this thing get close to you. And it has an ASW helicopter. I mean, there's a lot of weapon systems on this ship for being as small as it is. And then let's go over to the Kirov. This is the I don't know, probably the best ship the Soviets ever made. This thing is a monster. It's got point defense coming out the gazoo. Like, good luck getting a hit on this thing. It's got these 100 millimeter turrets on the back. We have a lecture on this ship as well, and the Sovereignty. But yeah, this is really good. So it's got lots of air defense and anti-ship missiles right here. It shoots 20 of the SSN 19 shipwreck missiles. And then for air defense, it's got
air contact
SAN,
detected.
what, 6 and 4s, but what else? Let's take a look at the... It's not going to let me click it, is it? Okay. We don't have a classification on it yet, so I can't see the unit list, apparently. We should have a classification by now. It's kind of ridiculous that we don't. Yeah. Let me just see if it'll let me... It's actually a missile cruiser is what they call it. Yeah, they don't call it a battleship. Let's see if I can find missile cruiser. Oh, here it is, missile cruiser. Belknap, Krista, Kirov, right there. SAN-6, SAN-4. SN-19 is the anti-ship missile. SN-14 is both anti-ship and anti-submarine, depending on how they configure it, which I always thought was kind of interesting. They took a torpedo and made it a missile. They just didn't drop it in the water. They just hit your ship with it. Yeah, it blows up the same. Yeah. That's kind of smart, right? It's a great way to save money on weapon development. But like, what if we didn't drop the weapon in the water and instead just hit the ship with it? And they're like, brilliant, comrade. Call it the SSN-14 Alpha. You know, they got a Bravo as well. Yeah, I got a lot of respect for the ship designers and weapon system designers of the Cold War era on the Soviet side. Those guys were brilliant. They came up with really good and innovative ideas. Didn't always work, but they were very creative. Whereas Americans, we were always pushing technology, trying to keep that advantage, which we did, so good for us. But we've focused a lot on sensors and electronic warfare. And we still do. We still do. All right, so this Tu-95, he's going to see us. I have a decision to make. I could shoot him down. If you play this game, I recommend you do that. I'm going to role play that we're not at war yet and let him detect us.
On station.
All right, those are our helicopters. Let's go and turn on your radar as well.
Surface search on. Radar eye.
Now this guy's down low, so I'm going to have him drop some sonar buoys. We'll start off with an active sonar buoy, like right here. So here's what I expect to happen, is the Tu-95 RT, which is the reconnaissance Tu-95, is going to detect us, radio our position, course speed, all that, back to the Kirov. The Kirov will launch its anti-ship missiles. We'll shoot them down. We'll close range. We'll counterfire with our Tomahawks. They'll shoot those down because we only got like 8 of them. Kirov can deal with 8 subsonic anti-ship missiles quite easily, and it's got a Sovereignty help in it. And then we'll have to get within harpoon range and hope we can at least take out one of these 2 ships because they both outgun us.
Detected.
Well, we have the Iowa. So if it comes down to a gunfight, we want to keep them within the gun range of the Iowa and not be in the gun range, which is like 16 nautical miles of that 120 millimeter gun on the Sovereignty here. Let me see if my caliber is right. Is it 100? 130 millimeter? No way. Yep, 130 millimeter gun right there. So what's its range? 13 nautical miles. Our range is like 24 nautical miles. So that's the gunnery range we want to stay in that band, where we can put 16-inch shells on target and stay out of his gun range.
7013 is classified. Hostile helo.
All right. So there's really nothing in the middle here. There's going to be a sensor gap. Oh, crap. Let me make sure I don't get within weapons range. I don't want to lose my P3. And we might. He can definitely see our P3, and we're really close to his surface. Let me get the range again. For the SN7, it's 13 nautical miles. What's the SN6? Oh, gosh. Let's find the Kirov again and look it up. I should remember these, but I've got so many other numbers in my head right now, I don't remember nothing. 50 nautical miles. That's the number we need to know Do not get our P3s within 50 nautical miles of the Kirov, or else they will go away in a hurry. So let's reduce this circle from 100 nautical miles to 50. That gives us a gauge of what he can do. And we're just going to observe him. Come on, man. I'm trying to grab that point. There it goes. All right.
On station.
We're going to compress time again. Basically closing each other's fleets. I do want to stay in deep water here.
New air. Contact detected.
Yeah, they're just recycling their helicopters. We'll see what this Tu-95 does.
Away!
I don't expect him really to do anything. He doesn't have any weapons that can hurt us. He doesn't have any anti-ship weapons. Oh, but do you know what he does have? He does have a gun. I wonder if he's going to try and use the gun against my helicopter. So, sticking out the rear end of this is a
Roger, turn
30 millimeter gun.
4.
It's right back here. It's got a very limited range. It's a 23 millimeter cannon used for self-defense. 1.4 nautical miles, and basically, it was if the airplane was being chased by a NATO airplane coming in from the aft end, they could at least defend themselves a little bit. I wonder if he's going to try and use that gun against my helicopter. So I'm going to start moving my helicopter back a little bit. We'll see. That's not the purpose of that gun at all, but I love it whenever the AI gets a little creative with its tactics. I did not expect to see this. Now, this is a very similar or typical event that I heard about a lot and saw a video of from the 1980s, even the 70s, where Soviet aircraft would fly very low and fast past our ships at sea. It was just a taunting maneuver. It was aggressive, operations, I think they call it now, unsafe maneuvers.
On station.
It's just what they did, and we did it to them too. Honestly, we would escort them off the coast of Alaska, airborne assets, with our fighters as well. There was a few instances where their ships actually rammed our ships. Not direct T-bone, but would get alongside and kind of push us with the bow of their ship. That was definitely a thing. Yeah, he's coming down to attack. Oh, this is so cool. This is kind of wild. Oh, wait, no, he's not. What's his altitude?
He's
still at 20,000 feet.
detected.
Now, that gun can probably shoot down a little bit. Yeah, you can see the slots there. You see that up there? So the gun can pivot up, what, plus 60, minus 60 about? You can see the little dude right here. I'm not sure how well that's coming across in stream, but there's a dude there. That's the gunner. And this guy's some kind of lookout rather. Maybe even a radar operator. This is the radar for this gun up here. This is the fire control radar. So, yeah. This is Big Bulge. This is the long airborne surface and search radar. This might be like an ESM right here. Some kind of radio antenna maybe. That's what all these are. Oh, there's another gun right here. This gun can definitely shoot straight down. Look at this. So he's going to fly over my helicopter. I think he's going to try and shoot it down. We're right below him right now. He's got another one on top. Okay. All right, I'm going to get this guy back on board the ship so I can refuel him.
RTB.
And so we can't see him, but that reconnaissance aircraft is overhead. It's like right up there. Just flew past us. Didn't shoot at us. So everybody's playing by the rules for the moment.
Roger, turn 304.
So instead of moving this circle all the time, I'm just going to put the circle where I'm going to put my P3. And once they get within or close to this black line, we'll move again.
New air contact detected. New air contact detected. New air contact detected.
Ooh,
New
what's that?
surface contact detected.
And why didn't I see you before?
Roger, turn 283.
His radar is on, and this guy is close. It's probably a fishing boat. What's your altitude? All right, he's below the cloud cover. I'm going to fly over this contact and just verify that it is a fishing boat. But at this range, we should have solid contact on him. All right, cool beans. All right, we'll read some chat. Hey, good morning, Justiflob. How are you?
7010 is classified. Hostile warship.
We finally classified the Kirov, it sounds like. 95 is a good radar plane. Might be confirming location. Yeah, maybe even getting a visual idea. Oh, yeah, there could be backfire bombers, too. Good point. Yeah, we could be surprised with a bomber attack. Yeah. You know, since we're already detected, there's no point in not having our radars on. So I'm going to break MCON. I'm going to change NCON.
Air search on.
And just turn on all of our sensors.
Radar eye. New air. Contact detected.
Same with the battleship. We're going to light up the...
Surface search on. Radar eye.
We're clearly detected. It's not like we're hiding from anybody, so we might as well turn on our sensors as well. Let's see what else we got. Harry's here. He says, remember your story about the Akula sneaking up to Pensacola, pinging in Holland Butt? There was one. It was NAS Jax, because we have Kings Bay Naval Base right there as well. And Mayport Naval Station is the... NAS Jax is the air station, so technically not on the coast, but right there by the coast, within a stone's throw of the coast. The Akula... This is back in the was it 2000s? Well, they did it more than once. So I don't know which one you're talking about, but it doesn't matter. It was back when I was active duty. They like to hang out off the coast of where we deploy our nuclear submarines. And there was one that if we knew he was there, I was not privy to that information. But since I wasn't on a submarine at the time, I didn't have the need to know. So I would not have been in that loop. But I know what they did. The Akula, whoever, for however long they were off the coast of Mayport and Kings Bay, Georgia. Mayport's in Florida, the border. Kings Bay, Georgia's on the other side of the border. So Florida-Georgia line. And they came to periscope depth, raised all their masts and antennas, so it lit up our coastal radars like a strobe light. And then they broadcast themselves. Like, hey, we're here. Come and have fun with us. And then they hauled ass back to Russia. And we tracked him. I mean, we sent the VPA out after him, or VP. That's the there's a P3 squadron out of Mayport. Probably more than one, but I know there's at least one there. And so I would like to think that we didn't know that they were there and we were surprised, but honestly, we probably knew. The Akula and Akula 2, after they go through refit, are really good.
7021
but they're not
hostile
silent.
helo.
They're quiet, don't get me wrong, but they're not silent. Do you know what's scary is the Yasin? The Yasin class, when it first came out, was really, really quiet. Not so much anymore.
Track 7019
yeah, Yasin's a good boat.
Is classified. Neutral warship.
Maybe we should outsource Russia to build our ships, right? Oh my
is
God.
Classified. Hostile warship.
That's a terrible idea. Don't do that.
Roger. Turn
Is this guy gonna land or what? Oh yeah, he's landing. Oh fuck. Oh boy.
Roger.
That's an intel ship.
3.
Hello. Huh. This guy's definitely tracking us. All right, that's it. Game on. I'm gonna send this knucklehead to the bottom here. Oh crap! No, I'm not. Ah. All right, we gotta land a helicopter so we can get a helicopter asset out there and take him out. So this chucklehead, this is a spy trawler, an intel trawler, and I'm definitely sinking this guy because spies fall under a different set of rules. Yeah, We found that out off the coast of North Korea and Israel. Both those countries took our spy ships, bastards. Oh. So I'm going to take out that spy ship. Problem is we don't have a platform to do it. Oh, this guy, he needs to get down. Orders. He's still up in the clouds.
Roger, go to altitude 200.
All right, let's see if I can catch up here. I'm just wondering why I'm not streaming on YouTube today. I am streaming on YouTube. We're streaming to Sonar and Steel, sir. Sonar and Steel. You got to Google that. We have 3 YouTube channels. I should provide links. I don't think people know. So we've got the Subbrief channel for the lectures, right? That's the real business end of whatever. That's my serious side.
New air
Except when I
contact
screw
detected.
up.
Multiple
I don't want to rehash
vampire. Bearing
shit.
5.
Then we have Sonar and Steel. Here comes the, these are the shipwreck missiles from the Kirov.
Multiple hostile air contacts
All right.
detected.
Somebody wake up the Aegis system. We got 68 missiles to shoot down 20. Can we do it? Oof, that's a short range. This is going to come down to timing.
Birds away, track 7035. Vampire, bearing 5-6.
So we detected those guys at about 80 nautical miles. And because they're coming in so fast,
Track 70.
we can start launching now, even though they're not within our weapons range. They will be by the time our weapon gets there. Aegis calculated all that, and so that's why they're launching now.
Track 7031.
We're back in real time, by the way. So yeah, Sonar and Steel is the channel we're on now. That's all of our fictional naval gameplay, war gaming. Tactical analysis is another series I have on this channel where we break down the tactics we used playing this war game. And then we have the silly Jive Turkey Live channel that you're probably referring to. That's for just, I don't know, drinking.
Birds away, track 703.
Games that are not this game. If I'm on my Jive Turkey Live channel, you know I've taken the day off. Yeah.
Birds away, track 7031.
We're launching these missiles as fast as our twin rail launcher can load them. I don't know why we're not using the aft rail launcher. We should be using both.
Track 7032.
But I want you to look at how many different missiles the Ticonderoga can track and attack at the same time.
7026.
Like our first launch hasn't even got there yet. So we're providing radar illumination for each of these pairs of missiles.
Birds away, track
So you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 missiles in the air. 14 different illumination radar signals are going out illuminating these incoming missiles. And whenever we go to sea 2025, we've got the Arleigh Burkes, at least 2 per fleet, probably more, that can fire the same missile. Well, it's the new version of it. Much longer range. We use VLS, so we can fire a lot faster than what we're watching here. This is 1981, by the way. We're simulating, what is that, 40 years ago? A long time ago. So I think he finally got his radar limit at 16 missiles in flight. That might be the max for this game.
Birds away, track 7031.
So helicopters landing during missile operations. Normally you'd wave that guy off. You wouldn't have him land during this, as long as he had fuel, and he does. He's got fuel. I brought him back early, but it's a video game, so we're gonna let it happen. I got to get this guy back up in the air with some anti-ship missiles of some kind. I don't care if it's a Penguin. I don't care if it's a Hellfire, you know, a Maverick missile, something. And in 1981, I don't know if we configured our helicopters
Hostile air
to shoot
contacts detected.
the Penguin.
Multiple hostile air contacts detected.
All right. Looks like first wave has been engaged. So this is not good. Wow.
Engaging track 7-0. Engaging track 7. Engaging track 7-0.
I'm manually designating targets.
Engage track 7-0.
The fire control technician or the
engaging track 7-0.
operations officer could do this from his
Engage
console.
track 7-0. Engaging track 7-0.
Just to ensure a kill.
3. Engage track 7-0. 4. 5.
Weapons are how far out? Oh my gosh. Give me a little range scale, doohickey. 27 nautical miles. Man, they're getting close. Why aren't you shooting?
New air contact detected.
Hello? What are they? Did they stop shooting because of the helicopter? Uh-oh. Talk about timing. Like I said, you normally wouldn't land a helicopter while you're launching missiles. Huh. Uh-oh. I might have screwed myself. I should have told the helicopter to wave off. Oh, okay, here we go.
7-0-3-8.
I was like, I might have done this to myself. Good Lord.
Birds away, track 7-0-3-8.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm live streaming on the Jive Turkey Live channel, it's a good day. You know, I'm just screwing around.
On station.
All right, they're definitely in cruise mode, these missiles. Man, what is going on? Shoot your missiles, dude. All right, we're going to pause the game for just a second.
Engaging track 7-0-3-9. Engage track 7-0-3-9.
There's still 5 missiles remaining.
Engaging track 7-0-4-2.
That's enough to do the job. Oh, no. Yeah, I think we're about to lose the Iowa. Son of a gun. Yep. That's not good.
Birds away.
I don't know why we stopped shooting surface to air missiles, but we did, and it was not good.
Vampire.
Yeah, that's one hit. Oof. A little late for the Sea Whiz. Oh no. Okay. We just had a missile go right over our head. All right, how bad's the damage on this? Hopefully we don't lose the Iowa here. Let's go to damage control. We lost all of our radars. Lost one of our gun control radars entirely. Shoot. Well, hopefully we put the fire out. She still has propulsion. It's going to come down to can we get the fire out in time.
7-0-4-6 is classified. Hostile helo.
I should have marked the position of that silly intel boat.
Roger. Turn 2-4-1.
All right, I want you to go back there and find that boat again.
3-2-4.
He's somewhere over here. All right, so we're kind of dead in the water while we wait and provide assistance on the Iowa as she continues to burn there. Let's get the helicopter back up. 18 minutes, okay. 18 minutes on the refuel. I also want you to drop some more sonar buoys for us. So this guy's up at 20,000 feet. This guy's down on the deck at 30,000 or 3,000 feet. I want to keep him below the cloud cover because I want him to visually identify this intel boat. We're going to sink it, like I said, as soon as we find it again. I'm hoping I can use my helicopter for that. I don't know if I can. And it's all going to come down to this. We are in time compression. I'm hoping they put the fire out. If we can get the Iowa back underway, we can have a chance at winning this. That was their major long-range anti-ship attack, and I think only one missile hit. So, but sometimes one's enough because all it has to do is set a fire. If the fire burns out of control, you'll lose your ship. It looks like they just put the fire out. Let's get a damage control update. Oh shit! Well, yeah, it's gone. The fire burned down all the systems. We're going to get propulsion back probably. I can maybe limp her over to yeah, we're going to have to separate her. We're going to disband the formation. She's on her own. Disband. There it is, disband formation. I hate to do that, but she's an anchor at this point.
Turn to course. 050. Right. Hell my.
Tycho's on his own, trying to defend the New Jersey. I'm going to get Tycho within weapons range, and we're going to sink the Kirov. That was one missile. Wow. Pretty bad. You know, if we start getting propulsion back, I can maybe do something, but it's just adrift. You know what? Yeah, it's inoperable. All the weapon systems. All right.
Vampire.
Yep, there we go.
Bearing 5-4.
This is the second wave.
Turn to course.
So I'm gonna cross the bow of the Iowa to try and protect her. But we could end up losing our Tycho by doing this too. This is kind of risky. It's probably not worth the risk. The Iowa's probably a total loss at this point.
Turn 2-1.
In our naval tradition, we're not going to give up a ship that's not sunk. But boy, she's hurt. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to recover that. That's pretty bad.
Vampire. Bearing 5-3.
All right, we have plenty of missiles, and his radars are on. So let's slow to ahead 2/3.
Ahead 2/3. Maneuvering aye.
So the missiles will come from this direction. We'll have both turrets on them. Yeah, Thinker. Yeah, we're on the sonar and steel channel. You know what I'm going to do is I'll put a link in the description here, or a link in chat. I'm surprised so many people, like people that have been around forever.
Station.
This is not a new channel, guys. There we go. That's where we are on YouTube. If you're looking for that, you definitely need to subscribe to that channel over there, because that's where all the Sea Power videos are. If you guys don't know about that, you're missing out.
Birds away, track 7053.
All right, we should use both launchers now, I would expect.
Birds away, track 7051.
I don't know. Sometimes the AI does odd things.
Birds away, track 7055.
Yep, okay, so we're assigning 2 missiles per incoming.
Birds away, track.
As you can see, the Aegis system is working its way right to left.
7.
Why did they just go dark? What happened? Let's move your, here.
Roger, turn 124.
Like, we're using this guy's radar as well. But for some reason, we lost... Oh, they transitioned to sea skimming. That's what happened. Okay. They're basically over the horizon. I was trying to compensate for that by having the helicopters out there with the radars on, but for whatever reason, this airborne radar is not seeing the cruise missiles. And that's probably realistic. I don't know a lot about this this aviation radar. I know it's surface search, and it's very close to these missiles. And we can see this one. We can't see the other 10 or so that are with it right now. So all of our launches basically went on this one missile. This missile's toast, for sure. But I think we essentially wasted... Oh, no. These other missiles lost all their tracking data. Never mind. That's interesting. These missiles should have been redirected automatically. Huh.
Multiple hostile air contacts
I think
detected.
you can see the geometry of what I'm doing here. Is I'm physically placing the Yorktown between the incoming missiles and
Birds
the New
away.
Jersey.
Track
Gambling that we're going to shoot them all down.
5, 6.
This is a hard gamble here. Like, if we lose this gamble, we lose this ship. And then we lose the scenario. But I don't want to risk... if the Iowa takes so much as one more hit, she's gone. And she may sink anyway, honestly. So the officer of the deck here is he's repositioning the ship to better engage the incoming threat. That's why he's making that turn. This is what I love about this game, is that the AI is smart enough to operate the ship realistically. We're like the operational level admiral,
On
if you will.
station.
We give the general orders, go to this area, go to this waypoint, use this speed, and in airplanes use this altitude. We
station.
give those orders. But the engagement and, driving of the ships are up to the local onboard commanders. He should shoot those missiles. I don't know why he's not shooting right now.
Engage track 7, 0.
I mean,
Engage track
it's
7,
already too
0.
late.
Turn to course.
Fuck.
0, 3. Engage track 7, 0, 5. Turn to
I did
course.
not mean to give a
3,
turn order.
1, 9. Hell my.
Because he's not shooting right now, we might lose the Ticonderoga. Yeah. I don't know what it's doing.
Vampire. Bearing 4, 4.
It definitely sees the missiles coming in. Huh. Yeah, that's not going to do it. You need to put rims on target, my friend. I could have him go weapons free, but that's not going to
Birds
change
away. Track
air
track
defense.
7, 0, 6, 2.
The air defense is weapons free regardless.
Birds away. Track 7, 0. Vampire. Bearing 4, 4.
All right, how am I going to get?
Birds away. Track 7, 0, 6, 0.
So I wonder if there is a, I wonder if there's reasoning that these missiles weren't going after the Ticonderoga, if that's why he was not shooting them. But yeah, he's about to take another hit here. We're definitely going to lose the Iowa. Not much I can do about it.
We've been hit.
Yeah. That was a little abandoned ship there. We'll send our helicopter out to pick up sailors.
Bulldog away. Track.
Oh shit. What? Why? The hell? We just shot a harpoon at the New Jersey? The fuck? No, it wasn't a harpoon, but still. A little late. It was a surface to air missile, but still. That was odd. Huh. All right. So that's something that I may not have understood about the AI.
Floating beyond control. Abandoning ship.
It engaged the missiles that were coming after this ship, but I wasn't in weapons free, so it did not defend the Iowa. And to be fair, I had disbanded the formation, so he was no longer responsible for the Iowa as a formation partner. So that might have had something to do with why he didn't engage right away. All right, so New Jersey's gone. Let's speed back up again. Head standard.
Ahead standard. Maneuvering eye.
Let's go punch back. We got to close range. We're so far out of weapons range, it's not even funny. All the long range tomahawks we had.
New air. Contact detected.
Yeah, we're on the. Oh
New
wow.
air. Contact detected.
We're air defense. We don't have enough weapons.
New air. Contact detected.
So what we have to do here, I think, is if we send the Yorktown into combat with these two, we're going to be outgunned and we're going to lose the Yorktown. So we should just maneuver away, pick up sailors, and get the hell out of there.
Roger, RTB.
I'm curious as to where that little intel ship went. He was like right here. Let's try and find him.
New air contact detected. Roger, turn 228.
So what we're going to do is get within weapons range of our harpoons and see if we can get any damage on the ship, and then we're going to leave. Because now it's not that we're outmatched 2-1. We're outmatched 4-2, so that's 2-1. And they can outrange us, I think, in terms of guns. Yeah, we have 2 turrets. They have at least 4 that I can think of off the top of my head. And what's the range of our gun? Let's go to here. Let's go to the 5-inch gun, which is the Mark 46. That's torpedo. Oh, where's our gun at? Mark 45, there it is. 12 nautical miles. Oh, wow. They actually outrange us in guns as well, because theirs is like 16 nautical miles. This ranges 130 millimeter gun here.
Roger, turn 053.
I'm not sure why that P3 did that. I must have given him an order to come south. I didn't mean to. Oh. So yeah, so we can't get in a gunfight. I'm going to get within weapons range. We're going to shoot 8 harpoons and haul ass. And our flight deck, yeah, we don't have any anti-ship weapons. No Penguin missiles or anything like that. Yeah, not a good day. We definitely did not win this scenario.
On station. New air contact detected.
So the one thing I could have done from a gameplay point of view is unlock the Yorktown into weapons free.
Hostile.
And perhaps he would have continued shooting. It's not clear to me as to why he stopped shooting when he did. He clearly had lots of missiles remaining. He should have shot down every single one of those incoming cruise missiles. And he didn't. He just stopped shooting once they got to about 25 nautical miles.
7069 is classified. Hostile.
And that's why we lost the New Jersey. So, bad job today.
New air contact detected. New air contact detected.
I'm going to compress time as much as I can.
Contact detected. Track 7071 is classified. Hostile helo. Track 7072 is classified. Hostile helo. New air contact detected.
This is where our missile gap really becomes apparent. And the missile gap can mean a couple different things. Like there's a gap in technology, a gap in number of units, but this is a gap in missile ability. Like we have a very slow, unstealthy, subsonic, relatively short-range missile called the Harpoon that we can mass produce, but we only put 4 to 8 on each ship. And we have 1 ship remaining, which means we have 8 missiles that can actually reach out greater than gunnery range and do any kind of damage. And these guys are going to knock those missiles out of the air, but we're still going to do it just because you can't let the New Jersey be sunk and not respond in some way.
New air contact detected.
So we're going to drive, but yeah, as you can see, we basically have good anti-submarine warfare. We have anti-submarine warfare torpedoes, lots of them. We have 36 of those. We only have 8 anti-ship weapons because we're an anti-air
New
cruiser.
Air contact detected.
This is 50 times compression. This game runs really smooth in high compression rate as long as you don't overload the scenario with context. That was what we saw last Wednesday. Is we played the most complex scenario that we'd ever done. It was fan-made by someone named Swedish Waffle. It was a fun scenario, but it had hundreds of ships and airplanes. And it was just too much for the game. So it did not run as smooth. We
New
can't.
air. Contact detected.
If we had an air base, we could refit and rearm our P3s with harpoons. I'd be doing that right now, but we don't have an air base in this scenario. So we're up here just doing racetracks.
Roger. Turn 248.
Yeah, bonsai. Yeah. What can you do? Is it
On
set
station.
to free fire? Yeah, we're free fire now. So I think that's what it was. Is especially after I disbanded the formation, he didn't see it. This unit did not see those missiles as a threat. The more I think about it, the more it makes sense. But free fire is supposed to mean, is the way I understood it, as it will engage any hostile contact on the map that's detected, and that can lead to some really wonky behavior, because you would think that it would engage the next closest contact. It does not do that. It, especially air units, whenever you set the F-14 to free fire or weapons free, it picks the most random. It seems very random, and goes after that. It will fly over SAM sites and get shot down, trying to shoot down somebody else that's farther away. Or they'll fly past a whole wing of fighters or bombers they could easily shoot down to shoot down something else that they find higher priority, I guess. And so the weapons free, I'd never ever trust. In this case, I should have turned it on. So this is a good little data point for me. Now, whenever the Yorktown
New
was in
service.
formation,
Contact detected.
it
Track
should have seen
707
any weapon targeting the
is
New Jersey
classified. Hostile warship.
as a threat to itself. And we didn't see that happen. So maybe that needs to be tweaked a little bit. This game's still in early access. They're changing things. So the whole purpose of the Aegis system is to defend everybody in that fleet. In this case, the Iowa. So we saw him stop shooting
New
incoming
air.
missiles again
Contact detected.
during the first wave of the attack.
Track 7078
definitely should not have done that.
is classified. Hostile helo.
All right, we're going to compress all the way up to 50.
New surface contact detected.
Okay. Our harpoons have like a
New
60.
air contact detected. New air bandits. Track 7080 is classified. Hostile helo.
Want to get the exact range of our harpoons here. 65 nautical miles. Okay.
New air contact detected. New bandits. New air contact detected. New air contact detected. New air contact detected. New air contact
These
detected.
are all their helicopters.
New air contact detected. New bandits.
All right, we're getting close.
New air contact detected.
Okay.
Track 7095 is classified. Hostile helo.
So I want to point out what I did there is I offset the
air
P3s at
contact detected.
90-degree angles so their ESM can get a better bearing, but we've got direct radar contact now.
Roger. Turn 121.
These guys are trying to maneuver within sunburn range. Boy, the sunburns are going to be a problem. Right here, that's SSN-22, 48 nautical miles. Oof. We don't want to get within 48 nautical miles of these guys.
7096 is classified. Hostile helo. New
The sunburn is an
air
incredibly
contact
good
detected.
missile.
Track 7099 is classified. Hostile helo. New air contact detected. Multiple hostile air contacts detected. New air contact detected. Track 7101 is classified. Hostile helo. New air contact detected. New air contact detected. New air contact detected.
All right, we're getting ready to launch here. He might be launching right now. That would be very early for him if he is.
Roger, turn 1. Roger, turn 010.
Okay.
On station. On station.
Not sure what happened to his helicopters. They must be refueling or something.
New air.
Yeah, there they are.
Contact detected.
Now they're back.
New air. Contact detected. Track 7105 is classified. Hostile helo. Track
looks like we're ready.
7106 is classified.
We're going to
Hostile
shoot everything
helo.
at the Sovereignty.
Engaging track 70.
We don't stand a chance of hitting the Kirov with these
Salvo fire.
harpoons. Honestly, we don't have a chance to hit the Sovereignty either, but we're going to do our best. So he's maneuvering the last couple of 1,000 yards here. I gave him the order before he could do it so that he could position the ship the way that he wants it to be to make this attack as effective as possible. Because you want to have a tight group of missiles here. You don't want to have a large gap between Missile 1 and Missile 8. These need to be together. And so we're going to let
Bulldog away. Track,
let the commander do this.
7079.
I told him to shoot all 8. This is as fast as he can shoot them.
Bulldog away.
So that's why
Track,
whenever you
track
have more than one ship, you want to give
7079.
the order to multiple ships to fire at the same time. So if you want to shoot 8 missiles and you have 4 ships, shoot 2 from
Bulldog
each
away.
ship,
Track,
and the missile pack will be a lot tighter.
7079.
And if you want to get real meticulous, the way I do it is I begin at the rear end of the formation from where the target
Bulldog
is
away.
and
Track,
walk the
track,
launchers forward so they
7079.
launch on top of each other, essentially. And that should be it. Does he have any more? Okay, he does not.
Turn to course. 2,
All
5,
but
6.
head flank.
Ahead flank. Maneuvering eye.
We are turning to run away because we want to stay outside that Sunburn missile range of 48 nautical miles. The Sunburn missile, 2.5 Mach, at sea skimming, large warhead. It's a nightmare missile. But we'll watch our attack and see if we get lucky.
Track 7107 is
The
classified.
Kirov does not have the
Hostile
Sunburn,
helo.
which is another reason why we're not attacking it. The Kirov has already launched its primary anti-ship cruise missile. Those were the shipwrecked missiles that sank the New Jersey. All right, and I think they should be within weapons range. Now we're going to watch this missile, kind of towards the rear of the pack. Let's see if we get lucky here. This is down to chance at this point. The P3s, they do have torpedoes and harpoons. You can put a loadout on each one. This scenario gave me nothing, actually. Gave me just chaff and fuel for both of my P3s. If you're in a scenario that has an airfield, you could land the P3 and put weapons on it, but there's no airfield in this scenario. Which is a little ironic because Iceland is right here. Yeah, big airfield right there. But it's not open to us, so... Yeah. Now there's the Kirov on the right. You can see the Kirov long before you see the Sovereignty. It's such a large ship. And they're already... Somebody's shooting from the left. There's a third ship. Is there one we don't know about? Ooh, I don't know. There might be a third ship. Possibly. So you see how the Sovereignty's gone broadside? She's putting both of her turrets in the direction of the incoming threat. Our Ticonderoga did not do that. I had to physically tell him to get in front of the Iowa to put turrets in the right direction.
Hit track 70.
So we did get hit on the Sovereignty. The missile we're watching's already been spoofed by chaff. So is this one. This one's not. These earlier harpoons were very susceptible to chaff, to be honest with you. So it's not surprising that 2 out of the 8 got tricked. But yeah, Sovereignty's having a bad day.
Hostile air. Hit track 70.
So we essentially traded Iowa class for a Sovereignty class. Not a good trade at all. But by sinking her, we prevent them from engaging us with these high-speed anti-ship missiles. What's the P3 loadout now? It's ferrying. Okay, she just sank. There's lifeboats in the water now. I'll show you. Chat wants to know what... This is what they gave us. Nothing. We don't even have sonar buoys. You see this right here where my cursor's at? Let me get over here. There we go. We have 30 bundles of chaff and a full gas tank. That's what we have for this scenario. Both of them have that. Right, that's one, and here's the other one. There you go, chaff. So you're meant to use these as radar planes, which is what we've been using them as. They did find the intel ship, but for some reason he completely disappeared. Like I flew the P3 right over him. After he disappeared, I couldn't find him again. Which, I don't know about that. That's kind of odd. Because it's not like it's a stealthy ship. It's a fishing trawler. All right, so we're not going to let the Kirov catch us. He's doing 19 knots. We're doing 30. Well, in the sea state, probably not 30. Yeah, we are limited, aren't we? Go to a head flank. Let me just see if it'll let me go any faster than what we're doing now.
Ahead flank. Maneuvering eye.
Yeah, 26 knots. Okay. So we're going to outrun the Kirov. The Kirov in a heavy sea state cannot go very fast. Whenever she runs just on her nuclear reactors, she can only make like 24 knots in sea state 0. You put any sea state on that with nuclear power only, and it quickly gets down to like 18 knots. Now, she does have diesel engines as well that she can supplement the nuclear power propulsion with, and that's how she gets up to 30 knots normally. But she burns that fuel fast. She doesn't have unlimited fuel. So if she's doing nuclear only, she's 24 knots. Anyway, so we're going to outmaneuver her here and call it an engagement. I wonder if I could take a helicopter on my way out. Did they get too close to us? Nah. Oh, wait, maybe. Ooh.
Engage track 710.
I think the helicopter's going to be out of
Salvo
range.
fire.
But let's just see if we can take one with us. We'll get a point for this if we can hit him. But he's already heading away. Yeah, he's too smart. All right, yeah, he's not going to turn around. How about this guy here?
Engaging track 7107.
This
Salvo
guy's heading
fire.
in, so we'll see if we can get him. Oh, he turned around too. Okay. So like I said, the AI in the game
Turn
is
to
not
course.
dumb.
241. Hell my.
It's not. Yeah, and the moment I turn around, so did he. Yeah. See within range here? Oh, he is. Hello.
Engaging track 7106. Salvo fire. Track 7117 is classified. Hostile helo. Birds away.
There we
track,
go.
Track 710. Engage track.
I'll take some free points.
7107.
We still didn't win this scenario, but it's going to be a little
Kill
bit
track
closer
71.
points-wise.
Engage track. Birds away. Track.
Yeah.
Bulldog away. Birds away. Track. Track 7107.
We shot some extra missiles at the first one for some reason. I don't know why.
Kill
For the New
track
Jersey.
7107.
All right, let's see what our score is. I'm almost afraid to look at this screen. We got some extra kills at the end there. We're gonna hit exit. New Jersey got destroyed. Oh, our score was negative-15. We definitely lost. Our efficiency was only 85. Minor defeat. Yeah. Doggone it. So we could have definitely had a tie or a, I don't know, push, if you want to call it that, if we had shot down those shipwreck missiles. And so one thing I would do differently doing this scenario is set your Ticonderoga, once you detect the incoming missiles, to weapons free and see if the ship commander that's in charge of fleet defense actually continues shooting. I would expect that he would. I think that was the one, a big mistake that I made in this playthrough. Anyway, really fun scenario. The scenario is called Volga Exercise. It comes with the game. You don't need any mods for it. All of the mods today are uninstalled. So this is the game as it comes out of the box, essentially. All right. So anyway, that's Wednesday for us. We'll see you guys next Wednesday when we'll do another one. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Chris, for the super chat. Let me read this real fast. Do your guns not outrange the guns on the Kirov now? No, definitely not. Yeah, the Kirov has a couple hundred millimeter guns on the back, 2 of them, and if anything, we'd be at parity. And I'm not going to let him punch holes in the Ticonderoga. I'll tell you this: in a Cold War scenario, that Kirov's not making it home. Yeah, because between him and the Baltic Sea, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Northern Fleet bases is about 688 submarines, of which one has at least one jive turkey, and they will sink that shit. So we're going to save the Ticonderoga by disengaging. Thank you for the super chat, Chris. I appreciate it. All right, we'll see you guys next Wednesday, man. This was fun. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye. Bye-bye. Yeah, this was a Volga exercise.